In today's video, we're going to talk about Deadpool 3, aka Deadpool and Wolverine. So if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture-based content. Also, become a channel member if you want. Check us out on Instagram to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice, Warstu over there. And check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's get into it. So, yesterday's Deadpool and Wolverine trailer has finally got people interested in this movie. Finally. Although we've had two trailers, we've had the teaser trailer and we've had the official trailer 1, it still doesn't reveal that much, which is great. And we still have to see Hugh Jackman with the cowl on. So they have so much to reveal. Because even though they gave us just over 2.5 minutes footage yesterday, it still didn't reveal that much. But it revealed enough to the point where people are like, yo, this looks sick. They've shown us that it is a hard R with holding pistols to his head and swearing throughout and blood splattering and absolute freaking carnage. And showing us that Wolverine failed his universe. All his friends died. There's a flashback sequence where we see Wolverine in a graveyard, and I kind of have it on record that we're going to see a flashback sequence with a bunch of X-Men. There's no point saying which one, but there is a flashback sequence where we're going to see a hell of a lot of X-Men. But what's interesting is he's the sole survivor of said universe because, I hate to say it, but this rumor is true. The Anchor rumor, the Chosen One rumor is true. One character in each universe will be known as an Anchor entity. If that entity dies, the whole universe begins to dissipate. And it just happens that that version of Logan will be the Fox universe's Anchor, Savior, Chosen One. So it's fair to say Logan, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman will be very important going through to at least Avengers Secret Wars. I'm not saying he's going to appear multiple times, but he will appear again in said multiverse storyline. It's also worth saying that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is also the MCU anchor, the Chosen One. He's very important. It's recently come out that he's getting a bit of creative control to a certain degree. It's Marvel, let's be honest, it's Disney. You're not really going to get much creative control. But he was involved with the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home. So that means the MCU is in theory going to be better. Now, what's interesting is the voiceover is like, yeah, all his friends died. He's the sole survivor. But why didn't he die? Why did they let Logan survive? That is a question that a lot of people are actually answering. So I don't know how true this is, but I hear over the grapevine that there's a reason why Wolverine doesn't actually like wearing the costume. I mean, it makes perfect logical sense because all his friends died. So sure, he's going to wear it sometimes, but it'll be emotional for him because it's going to remind him that he lost all his friends. So definitely some flashback sequences. So of course the internet is the internet and loads of people have been noticing things here and there. So what is interesting is we know that X-23 from Logan, but obviously it can't be the same timeline. Or maybe it could. Has been rumored. Daphne Keane has been rumored to be in the movie. All of a sudden, scoopers are coming out and saying it. But to be fair, that rumor's been out there for the longest time ever. So the line where Wolverine goes, I ain't the hero, you need kid. You know I freestyle these. But again, Wolverine could be talking to Kidpool. I don't really think that's a line he would throw to Deadpool. That's not really how it's going to go down. And Daphne Keane is pretty much been rumored for the longest time ever. And according to the internet, they're not just cameos. So the problem with cameos is anything longer than 1 minute is not technically a cameo. So for the longest time ever, Channing Tatum has been playing Gambit. And yes, the most recent rumor says that Channing Tatum Gambit will finally be making his MCU appearance. Now, I wondered how long it would be till people started listing literally every member of the Fox Universe Fantastic Four. So there's a rumor out there that Chris Evans is set to reprise his role as Johnny Storm stroke the Human Torch in Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, it's kind of obvious because it's Ryan Reynolds. Did you watch Free Guy? We got the Captain America Chris Evans scene in that made the fans hype. So I am slightly inclined to believe this rumor, but it is coming from My Time to Shine, who basically has the same sources as me. So if I really wanted to verify, see if this was real, it's fair to say it is most likely going to be real. It's also worth saying that we've had the rumors that Henry Cavill will be playing a variation of a Wolverine or a Logan. It's also worth saying Daniel Radcliffe has also been rumored to be playing a variation of Wolverine called Patch. We see in the teaser trailer where the Wolverine variants, it doesn't look like Hugh Jackman. It doesn't look like Cavill. But we were told a long time ago that it's a multiversal saga. So we're going to have multiple variations of every single Deadpool and Wolverine. It's also worth saying that a lot of people said it's confirmed that Taylor Drizzle is in the movie because on one of her songs it says Dazzlin'. So that means she's playing the Dazzler. Well, from what I understand, from what I hear, she's in the movie, but it's not in the capacity of being the Dazzler. Now, I mean, I don't know how people don't understand this, but you can have friends that are celebrities. Just because Ryan Reynolds is good friends with his wife's good friend being Taylor Swift, and just because they hang out at the Super Bowl doesn't mean she's in the movie, but according to the internet, it does mean she's in the movie. But if she is, I mean, realistically, Ryan Reynolds is a marketing genius. He's got his marketing company. He's done a bunch of cool moves with the gin company that he used to own, but now he's a face-off, I'm pretty sure. And he's got the limited edition Deadpool gin that's coming out. So if you're an American supporter or if you watch me, send me out some of that Deadpool gin because you can't get it here in the UK. That would be much appreciated. Also, we know Lady Deadpool was in the first trailer, and according to the internet, is going to be Mrs. Gossip Girl herself, Blake Lively. That would be interesting if I think it would be more interesting if Taylor Swift was actually playing Lady Deadpool and if Blake Lively was playing the Dazzler. But if they are clever, they should get Taylor Swift to do a song for said movie. And Taylor Swift's already got a really good connection because a concert she did is on Disney Plus, so she made a bag. So if she wanted to appear in this movie, she would. We know there is extensive reshoots. Okay, I'm joking, not extensive. We know there's reshoots coming up in May, so from what I'm hearing, these scenes have not been filmed yet. This trailer was very interesting. So there's a sequence where we see Dead Ant-Man, where Cassandra Nova, and we also see Professor X's chair behind her. I presume it means one variant of Professor X may be dead, maybe because she's like the twin sister who was in the womb, although they're not technically related, though they could be. So that's where her base is, housed within a massive skull of Ant-Man stroke Giant Man. And within this sequence, we do see Azazel, Lady Deathstrike, Pyro, and what I found on Twitter, but what people are saying is a variant of a Russian. The Punisher will make an appearance, played by the Russian stunt actor Billy Clemons. It's interesting because if there's a Punisher villain, what the freaking hell actually happened to the Punisher? That would be interesting to find out, because we know most of this will take place in the Void, most of the movie, and then they travel to someplace, you would think. So we have the Goliath, who was created by He Who Remains during the multiversal war and used to destroy his variants on their respective timelines. So you can clearly see in the trailer, there is a portal sequence. You can clearly see Casanova summoning these portals with the sling ring, although some people think that's where they're going to jump to the MCU, but I hate to tell you, I don't think that. I just think she's messing around with them. And you can see Deadpool and Wolverine running away. That could happen. But essentially what is going to happen is Goliath is going to... I mean, people say that word wrong. Goliath's going to kill a lot of people in this movie because, let's be honest, there's going to be a lot of cameos in said movie, and Goliath is going to be the one to kill most of them. We know Casanova herself has Professor X chair sat behind her in one shot in trailer, the first official trailer. So it's pretty, I mean, I read this in a plot leak, so make of that what you want, but it is kind of obvious. They're not going to bring Goliath out for fun. You know what happened in season 1 of Loki, where we first got introduced. And we know the overall villain is Cassandra Nova. But essentially, the TVA are also said villain. Paradox, a good guy. So why does Deadpool need Logan's help? Because Logan is the chosen one from said Fox universe. It's clearly stated that all his friends could die after he saved them at the end of Deadpool 2, when he used Cable's time traveling device to go back in time and save his friends. So we know that is why he wants Wolverine's help. He rocks up into the Canadian bar. They're both Canadian. Cool story, bro. And that is presumably the reasoning of why he needs Wolverine's help. Wolverine is the savior, the chosen one, the anchor of the Foxverse. Most of the movie will take place in the Foxverse, essentially, from what we can see. The Void literally has a 20th Century Fox there. There's a bunch of Easter eggs in the background. We don't really roll this way, but from what I understand, this movie flows way better in the sense of a multiversal saga lead into Secret Wars. But I wouldn't be expecting Endgame level stuff that people were saying, to be honest, because like we've always said for the last year or so, every cameo has to make sense. If we get Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, Chris Evans appear in this movie, that's the Foxverse. It would make sense. Having the likes of Daniel Radcliffe and Henry Cavill play variants, they're not over-the-top cameos. They're literally throwaway cameos where they won't be on the screen for that long. But if you're expecting the likes of Kang the Conqueror, I still don't believe they've got rid of him. But they could use the whole Cassandra Nova storyline because she is OP as we see. She literally, I mean, it looks like she wipes Wolverine out. Also looks like it's not the first time they've met. So who wiped out all of Wolverine's friends and family? Essentially the graveyard scene, we don't know, but he was left sole survivor for some reason. We know that incursions happen, we know that universes get wiped out, and we know it's leading to a bigger story. So I think this is the first time in a Deadpool movie where there is actual real consequences and it's actually built into something bigger. That is why I know there's rumors that Deadpool and Wolverine appear in other movies. Sure, that's going to have to happen. Like I said, Wolverine is the anchor of the Fox universe, so at least until Avengers 6, he's going to have to stick around for a while. And everyone keeps saying, oh, the portal scene, they're going to end up in the MCU. No, that's not the case because it's a multiversal movie, and some people are going, oh, it's Doctor Strange, it's one. Could literally, it's American Chavez, it could be anyone. No, this movie, like I keep saying, it's going to end in the Fox universe because it's not the case of, oh, Kang is coming. We don't need Ant-Man, because Kang's kind of been dealt with by the end of Loki season 2, essentially. It's not like Cassandra Nova is the overall villain of the whole multiversal saga. As far as we know, that's still Kang, but potentially Doctor Doom, potentially the Beyonder, so on and so forth. We know they will use this movie to kind of introduce the X-Men, although the X-Men are already there with the post-credits scene from Captain Marvel 2. But it is such a basic movie, and like I've said, even though we've revealed multiple things in this video that you've probably heard or maybe not have heard before, there is so much more to know about this movie. But this movie is a very simple movie that does not really need explaining. There is a lot of Easter eggs in a lot of different sequences. I see people moaning because the suit looks slightly different when the arms are out, the padded shoulder blades. Some people moaning about the cowl not being there. Well, we know they're going to VFX and CGI that literally in because when they're filming out in the open, and we've seen these fights, some of them play out in the first trailer, that he hasn't got the cowl on. So maybe the cowl doesn't come on. Maybe it does. We don't know, but it's going to be fascinating to see which of these cameos are true and which are not true, but don't be expecting ample cameos. Like I said, most likely all the cameos I've said in said video is going to be true. And if I'm wrong, I will eat my words about that portal scene, them jump into the MCU. That is not going to be the case at all. This movie will end in the Fox universe. That is just Cassandra Nova messing around, and maybe she's killed a Doctor Strange or a Sorcerer Supreme to get the sling ring. Maybe that's how that she can take place. But you can clearly see the Goliath being some in the background. So even if they do jump through it, they're going to reappear in the exact same place. But I do think at the same time, this trailer is so bait and switch. It was a very nostalgic trailer. It didn't really reveal that much. There is a lot that Marvel's hiding, but it's not misleading marketing at all because they're only showing you what they want to show you, because realistically, there is a lot of stuff they're hiding, but they're obviously hiding it for a reason. And it's just so cool to see Deadpool and Wolverine fighting. Even though they're not going to kill each other, it's still pretty sick to see. So let me know, did you see anything? Do you believe the Chris Evans stuff, the Henry Cavill stuff, the Daniel Radcliffe stuff, so on and so forth? Yeah, it is also rumored that a bunch of Fantastic Four characters will appear and a bunch of X-Men. But them rumors are old, so I only wanted to go over stuff that we missed in yesterday's video. Yeah, yesterday's video got some very bad feedback. Okay, I listen, lads, I listen. So I will try and get better at trailer breakdowns. So like always, guys, is Ant-Man dead? We don't know, but like I said, could be a variant of Ant-Man. It's not the main Ant-Man from the MCU. So like always, guys, let us know everything down below. Feedback will be cool. Check us out on Instagram to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter. I'll catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch you later.